So I was having a new issue where I would click the handle and nothing would happen with my Dymo. So I decided to open her up and see what was going on. As you've probably seen in my other videos, this part can be absolutely frustrating and probably the most time-consuming part of fixing your Dymo. But it's worth it in the end if you can get it all looked at and fixed. Take your time. You'll mostly want to focus on the back, wiggling here and there until you release the lettering head. I'm pulling my machine apart wider than needed just to show you guys the parts and pieces of inside. This is a spring that I was referring to in my first video about what can really hold your machine up from going back together. So grab your flathead and you're gonna wanna just push that into the hole and it should snap back together. But don't do this unless your lettering head is back in place. On the left is my old embosser and on the right is my new embosser that I received. Upon opening my new machine up, I immediately see what is wrong with my old machine. There's going to be a lever right here that spins this wheel when you click the handle, and that's going to be what feeds the label through the actual label maker. I found that there was no real notable difference in the old machine versus the new machine, except the color of the feeding tab is white instead of black now. I did have a user comment that the new version of this embosser was super glued, but I didn't find that to be true. I got this model apart pretty much the same as the old one. All in all, this is going to be your culprit. If this is broken off your embosser, then you're looking at buying yourself a new machine. I would be interested to know if someone out there can 3D print this part, or piece rather. That might be an interesting project. But in the meantime, you can spend the 20 bucks and get back to your project. If this was helpful, leave me a comment below.